Got here Sega Rally 2 for the Sega. God, excuse me. Yeah, I've got Sega Rally 2 here for the Sega Dreamcast. I've just refreshed all this. This is a brand new, brand new controller, memory unit, and I've got Mad Cat's vibration pack on there with a flashing light. This is my copy of Sega Rally 2. Pick this up. Discs in mint condition. So bang this in down below and hit record. This was released in 1999. So one of the earlier Dreamcast games. I just have to stop this and start it again. It's changing these bloody profiles. There we go, quality. Okay. That just reset itself again. Piece of shit. Fucking technical problems, these old consoles. Pain in the ass. Hopefully this will load this time. There we go. Yeah, I've been having the old reset problem with the Dreamcast where it resets itself. It's to do with the pins that the console's like in two parts, two different boards, and there's a pin, well, 4 pins connecting the top to the bottom, and yeah, you have to clean them up every so often or the contact gets lost. So we're on mode select, so I'll select options, pick the easy mode, so you can get the most gameplay out of this. So this is the sequel to the Saturn game, or the arcade game, or whatever you want to refer to, of the original Sega Rally. And yeah, one of the early Dreamcast games. Can't remember whether it was a launch title or not, but like I say, 1999, so it was either a launch title or it come along not long after launch. One of the only problems I find with the original Sega Rally was that there wasn't many, there was only a couple of cars, and then one hidden car, and also there was bugger all tracks in it. This game sort of rectifies that a little bit. Obviously there's quite a few more cars. Go with the Lancia Stratos. This was actually the hidden car in the Sega Rally game. So let's get the initials in. Record keeping. The thing that's cool about Sega Rally is that it's an arcade game, but it sort of has realistic handling. I'm not going to say it's 100% realistic, but certainly got, you know, rally style of handling, rather than games like Ridge Racer that just have ridiculous handling. So you got 2 viewpoints, in car and out car. Personally, I'd be using the in car if I was using a race wheel, but I'm using a controller here, so feel that rumble pack kicking in. Also feel it out see it at the corner of my eye flashing. Though it's interesting that if you played a modern rally game, it would probably be rumbling slightly like the whole time, but it's only currently rumbling when I hit something or leave the floor. So the tracks on this game sort of feel similar to the original tracks. Yeah, obviously they're not the same, but sort of take elements from the original tracks and just put them in slightly different locations. Same sort of setup, you know, get to the end of the stage, be in the best position that you can, onto the next stage, and then over the course of the stages try and be number one. That's your aim. Handling feels slightly like there's more weight to the car than it did in Sega Rally, the first one. Obviously with the more powerful console, they've sort of improved the draw distance a hell of a lot. Doing pretty badly at the moment, but it's not 100% perfect. You can still see a bit of pop-up every so often. There's also seems to be some slowdown, mainly when you go around corners. The frame rate gets a bit jerky. I know you get them people out there that always say that it's not about the graphics, it's about the gameplay, but at the end of the day, when it's the frame rate, it does affect the gameplay. The music in the game is just that. So I've lost. Damn. So the music is just that horrible. Classic game over screen. Yeah, the music's the old sort of like Japanese pop crap where they've changed it into they've just like got them to record an English version at the same time or something. I don't know, but it's ridiculous music. Not as good as the original, I'd say. The original was just like ridiculously cheesy. So sort of suits the game, because the first one's got a very vibrant look about it. This one's a bit grittier, a bit duller, a bit more realistic. So I'm going to jump in here with a different car. Let's go for the 306. So this is the 10-year championship mode. 7-speed automatic, the more the better. It's quite disappointing that there is the frame rate issue when you go around some corners, just because they don't, apart from Virtua Fighter 2, nothing comes to mind that I can think of that's a really decent home console port of a Sega arcade game. Most of them are pretty sloppy. When you got a new console like the Dreamcast was when this game came out, you know, you want it to be a bit of a technical showpiece. Everything doesn't always go to plan. Let's just put it that way. Quite nice that you got the sort of dirt particle effects where the car's getting dirtier as you're racing along. Another thing I've just noticed since I've changed car is that cars do differ in handling a lot more than the original Sega Rally. I don't know whether that's just because there was only 2 cars in the original. But in this, like this 306 I'm racing as, the handling on it seems extremely sluggish. It's not very responsive turning at all. So I picked this game up for £3, which for me was, I just had to buy it as soon as I saw it, because it just seemed like a bargain to me.
3, 2, 1, go! Long, easy left, tight.
I think if you're a fan of the this original Sega Rally game, then you'll definitely want to pick this one up.
70, narrow, bridge, 150, long, easy right.
I must say, before I put the game on, I was expecting, you know, the graphics to be a bit sharper. You know, I expected it to run flawlessly, frame rate wise. The gameplay is exactly as I was expecting. So just bear in mind that it has aged slightly, but you know, it's still a playable game. Still very good. I don't like these tarmac stages as much as I do the gravel ones. I like to get side beats. Fuck's sake.
100, long, medium left, main.
I don't like this course at all. Too much tarmac on it for me.
Easy right, main.
Can't get all nice and loose in the gravel.
50, easy left.
Damn, bastard. Let's try time attack mode. See what tracks you can start off with. I'm not sure if there's any unlockable tracks or anything. I've not googled it or anything like that. Time attack. Mountain, snowy, Riviera, muddy, Isle, desert. So I think we'll go with snowy. Yeah, it's somewhere in the middle. So 3 laps or free run. I don't know what impact that has on record keeping or whatever, but we'll just jump in anyway. Let's go with the Evo. So let's try 4-speed automatic this time. By the looks of it, you can fiddle around with your suspension and steering settings like you could in the first Sega Rally game. I never really cared much for that though. I just felt like the game was too short to be fiddling around with settings. So this track seems pretty fast. Definitely fast for a snow course. I think it sort of sits at a sweet spot between arcade and realism. Getting more bad Japanese pop music, or whatever it is, makes my ears bleed. I think if I'm going to play the game in length, I'm going to turn the music off. It's just annoying. It reminds me of Sonic R on the Sega Saturn. That's got a really bad soundtrack. It sounds pretty similar. So I've done a lap of that, so I'm going to cut it off there. So this is, show you my rating, flashing bundle packing first. Wow, look at that, see it again. Yeah, so that's Sega Rally 2 for the Sega Dreamcast. definitely worth picking up if you're a fan of the original Sega Rally. It's not a flawless port from the arcade, or you know, the PC version obviously is better, can run that flawlessly. But if you've got a Dreamcast and you can pick this up, then definitely go for it. It's one of the better racing games on the Dreamcast.